Now obviously this will be different for every business, and it will change over time as cloud storage and associated technologies are constantly maturing and being updated. But the things we discuss now will give you some good guidelines. First up, cloud storage is almost perfect for unstructured data, like document data, word processing files, spreadsheets, presentations, things like that. Then of course there's rich media like audio and video files. Basically anything unstructured. And by putting your document repositories in the cloud, you get global access, meaning you can get at your documents from anywhere in the world so long as you've got a device with an internet connection. But be careful not to unwittingly upload your company's intellectual property to the cloud without fully understanding the risks in doing so. Even if your data is encrypted, for example, you still might want to keep your company's prize assets under your own control, so in your own data center, on your own kit. Maybe you don't, but maybe you do. You need to think about it, that's the point. Other popular use cases include things like backup and archive. But again, make sure that your backup and archive data is encrypted. And now for some things that you might be better off not putting in the cloud. We just mentioned confidential data. Even though your data in the cloud may be encrypted, you'll want to think twice about putting it in the cloud if it's confidential. And obviously, consult with any security and senior management guys at your organization before doing so. Then there's databases. Databases are the classic example of structured data, and generally speaking, structured data isn't ideal for the cloud because of the way that it's accessed and updated. Usually lots of small, random, latency-sensitive changes to the data, and cloud storage isn't particularly good at that. And on that point, you probably don't want to put any data that has high performance requirements onto cloud storage. Right, so now we've got a bit of an idea what might be good and bad ideas to throw up into the cloud. Let's see how we actually get data up into the cloud, and of course, how we get it back down again. First up, and this is a hallmark of cloud storage, RESTful APIs. Cloud storage is almost always accessed via REST APIs that use the common HTTP verbs like put, get, list, delete. For example, you use the put command or the put verb to put data into the cloud and the get verb to get it back. It couldn't be simpler. Also, each object you store in the cloud gets its own unique URL. The example URL on the slide includes the terms bucket and object ID. Buckets are simply containers that you store objects in. You might have different buckets for different projects. Let's say a bucket for this train signal or Pluralsight project, another bucket for a book project with Cybex, another bucket for a project using OpenStack. Then, into each bucket you upload documents relating to the relevant project. So OpenStack objects get uploaded into the OpenStack bucket. Oh, and buckets can't be nested within each other, hence the flattened namespace structure of cloud and object storage. Authentication is also massively important. After all, anything that we put on the public cloud is exposed or available via the internet, meaning if you're not careful, anyone and everyone may be able to see it, and you probably don't want that. And let's mention cost, because it can potentially cost you any time you want to do anything with any of your data once it's in the cloud. Some cloud services will charge you each time you upload an object, each time you access an object, or each time you update an object. Some cloud services do this, others don't, but you need to be aware. Also, if your solution is a private cloud with a service provider, you might have to pay for network links into that service provider's data center facility, so network costs need to be considered too. Point being, know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about some popular use cases for cloud storage.